Supplementation while cleansing, it's an important question. Like, do I take supplements while cleansing? Okay? Do I take supplements while cleansing? It's an important question. How do we integrate supplements with the cleanse? We'll get a few keys. I'm going to give you a few key steps and reasons. Let's start with that right there. Say you're somebody doing the 3-6-9 and you want to still take your supplements. So say you still want to take your lemon balm right here. So it's, you know, like that, your lemon balm, or say you still want to take your B12 or something like that. I'm just saying. So I'm going to show you some supplements in a little while too. Just know that when you're cleansing, you're lowering your fats. When you're doing medical medium cleanses, okay? Because you're bringing your fats down. When you bring your fats down, your blood doesn't have to deal with all that fat that's in the bloodstream. And any supplement you ever take in your life, doesn't matter what it is or wherever it is, if there's anything good in that supplement, like a nutrient of some kind, no matter what supplement it is, whether it's a vitamin or an herb or a nutrient of some kind, anything you're taking can only do as good if it enters the cells. So if it actually enters our cells. And so one of the reasons why in the cleanses too, I mean, the fats get lowered is because when you lower the fats, you can get more nutrients into cells as well. So that means that you won't have to do higher dosages on supplementation when you're doing cleanses because you got the glucose in there. The glucose attaches itself. The glucose in your bloodstream attaches itself to nutrients. Keep that in mind. So the glucose, you know, in your bloodstream, okay, attaches to nutrients and drives it into cells. Always keep that in mind. So when you're doing a 3-6-9 cleanse, mono-eating cleanse, you're doing, you know, heavy metal detox cleanse, the medical medium heavy metal detox cleanse, morning cleanse, your supplements are going to be more effective, more powerful. And then when you use a high quality supplement, like at medicalmedium.com, I have the directory there, and I have all the different supplement companies I like. I'm friends with so many of the supplement companies that are good because I like to know these people to some degree so that they don't, like, you know, put something terrible in something and all of a sudden whatever, but I don't own any of the companies on there. The point is that, and I'm not sponsored by them, but the point is with the supplements is that you don't have, well, you can cleanse and you can hold supplements off if you want while cleansing. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to take your supplements while cleansing, they're going to be more potent. So you can bring the dosages down too. That's an important question I get asked all the time. And the reason why you can bring your dosages down, because you're taking fats out of your diet during those cleanses. And so that means all those nutrients go right into cells much easier, much faster. No one knows this information. This is medical medium information. This is why medical medium books, medical medium cleanses, and medical medium books and protocols get people better the most. Because when they take the right supplements for the right problem, when they find out what the cause is, and they actually also do the cleanse to lower down the fats, what happens is all those powerful nutrients go into cells and they start coming out of their diseases, conditions, and symptoms and problems and all this other stuff. And if they go to their doctor and they bring the information, they get even extra help, and they get all this extra help. So it's important to know. So it's one thing I want to cover right there. So I'm going to go into supplements to avoid while cleansing. So let's head in there right now. So let's go into there and supplements to avoid while cleansing. If you're on supplements that are not medical medium recommended, that's when we can get in trouble. So supplements to avoid while cleansing, you guys, if you are on supplements that are not medical medium recommended, that means medicalmedium.com, on my directory, you know, for instance, like you're on whey protein powder, then you can be held back with your healing. Really important to know. Probably one of the most important questions out there, because you'll see out there like, what about collagen? What about whey protein powder? What about something else? And what about nutritional yeast? Because people use that as a supplementation. Nutritional yeast will hold somebody back from healing when they're really sick because of MSG. And so when we run into this stuff, this is where it gets kind of dicey. Because a lot of people are on supplementation that feeds pathogens without them knowing it. Whey protein powder will feed an Epstein-Barr, a shingles virus, a herpes simplex 1, cold sores, okay? Chlorella. So Chlorella is a terrible supplement for people to take, but still, even now you'll see like influencers on social media like, taking my Chlorella right now. It's like, oh my God. It's just, how does this keep on happening? How do we get here where it keeps on happening? It's so painful, and so it's really tough, because Chlorella is toxic, bottom line. It's just toxic. I'm just going to say it outright. First of all, most of them end up with bacteria in them. I've seen people doubled over vomiting for days and days and days because of chlorella. You can hit anybody at any time. That's one thing. Chlorella also doesn't remove toxic heavy metals. Chlorella has toxic heavy metals in it. Like, it goes on and on and on and on. So all these things are important to know. So if you're someone and you're like doing fish oil, it's another one. You can't get the mercury out of fish oil. You cannot get the mercury out of fish oil. I'm sorry, you can't. You can do a centrifuge, chelation. You can do anything you want on fish oil. You're not going to get the toxic heavy metal residue out, the methyl mercury, because the more you take it out of an oil, a fish oil, the more dangerous it gets, because a homeopathic reaction occurs where you keep on diluting and diluting, you keep on trying to get that mercury out, and then that fish oil becomes more toxic, and then the methyl mercury goes to the brain. So the bottom line is, one thing that can hold people back is supplementation, not medical medium recommended, and there's a reason for it. I don't just pull this stuff out of my hat, okay, or whatever, all right? And it's like, there's a reason why these things don't help people, and it's critical reasons. So just know this.
Природник е официален и ексклузивен дистрибутор на Вимерджи за България, Гърция и Румъния. Всички препоръчани от Антъни Уилям хранителни добавки на Вимерджи можете да откриете на природник.com. Научете повече за прочистванията и протоколите с препоръчаните от лечителя медиум хранителни добавки в книгата "Прочистване за здраве", която можете да закупите от природник.com.